Hey everyone, I am back with another quick product manager interview here. This time I'm hanging out with Ana DiMarino, a HubSpot veteran and one of our PMs responsible for what many people, what I think as well is one of the most important and consequential features in all of Sales Hub, especially for prospecting and outreach strategies, and that is sequences, among other things. So Ana, thank you so much for jumping on today. Do you mind giving everyone just a quick intro about yourself and sort of what you're focused on here at HubSpot?
Yeah, thanks, Alex. So, as Alex said, I'm Anna. I've been at HubSpot for almost 7 years now, and I'm based in Massachusetts. And I'm the product manager for sequences as well as templates and snippets.
One of the things that has been just a game changer, I think, for customers in Sales Hub are the sequences tool. Last year, we really took that, I think, to the next level with A/B testing, which kind of gave reps the ability to really pressure test not just like their messaging, but their subject line, the content, and the CTAs, and everything that they were putting into their outreach motions. Could you maybe take us back to inbound of 2023 and kind of walk us through how your team thought about developing A/B testing for sequences and maybe the feedback that led to it and some of the success that you've seen since its launch last year?
Absolutely. Yeah, A/B testing has been a huge one. I think just a constant theme from customers has been around improving their sales outreach. And so when I started at HubSpot, I was on our support team, and then I worked on our onboarding team, getting new sales users set up with Sales Hub. And that's really just been a constant need that I've heard throughout that time. Just every team needs to know what's working well and where there's opportunity to improve. And customers were really just missing a way to experiment, try out new things, and then most importantly, be able to close the loop and see what performed best and what's going to resonate best with their leads. So when we think about developing any new feature, it really starts with the customer feedback. And for A/B testing, we really learned that experimenting with content was really critical across the board. But that the types of tests that customers wanted to run varied a little bit with different like levels of sophistication or size. So we saw that larger, more sophisticated organizations wanted to run more structured, really defined experiments where they were, like iterating on small things like a subject line, just fine tuning things. And then we've also seen that smaller, less established teams are trying much bigger changes. So things like trying out a new value proposition to use with their target persona. So when we were approaching building A/B testing, we knew we needed to do something that was flexible and was going to work for like all of those different types of tests.
That is so cool. A/B testing, I think, is something that I've just seen as I've been talking to customers and partners this past year. It's been so cool to see how people have actually applied this in their org and the different sort of strategies that they've been using. For those of us who haven't seen it, I know we're going to get into a couple new features in a second. Do you mind giving us just like a quick 1 minute demo of what A/B testing looks like in sequences?
Absolutely, Alex. So I'll show you this on an existing sequence. You can set this up on sequences that you're already running or new ones. But what you'll see in the builder now is on every email step card, you'll have the ability to add an A/B test. And so we suggest trying one thing at a time, just so that you know what's working and what's not. And this is where you can add different email templates. You can turn them on and off, and you can run up to 4 at a time. So you can really try a lot of different versions at once. And as you enroll contacts, they're automatically going to split sends, and you'll be able to monitor the performance right here. So if we save this one, you'll see as contacts get enrolled, you'll start to be able to track those opens, clicks, replies, meetings. And then on the performance tab as well, you'll be able to see reporting side by side for those two different versions.
One of the things I love the most, I think, is that you can't not only just see how the message is performing, but you can see specific outcomes like clicks, replies, meetings, and things like that that have been booked. Now, I know you mentioned that customer feedback was so critical in helping to come up with and build sort of A/B testing and sequences. Have there been any sort of like key pieces of feedback or maybe themes that have emerged since this is launched that you've heard from customers that are starting to kind of influence where you're going to be taking this in the future?
Yeah, definitely. So customers have really launched into A/B testing sequences and are really running with it. And we've seen that with this, we've been able to get more sophisticated, larger customers on board. And a lot of feedback coming from them has kind of fallen around flexibility and efficiency, wanting to be able to really automate the more time consuming parts of sequencing and help, enable their reps to spend more of their time doing what they do best and talking to leads, and less time doing, manual tedious things. And then another is with governance. So being able to keep a clean sequences library and make sure that the content is up to date for reps.
No, definitely. And even in like, I think I have my own like little test demo kind of like to play around with. And I have quite the collection going on of different sequences and automations in there. So especially for more sophisticated orgs, I think this is going to be key. You did then, speaking of some recent releases, add a new automate tab, I think, to the sequences app that's going to allow people to do just this, and that's manage automated enrollment and triggers, right from sequences. Do you mind showing us just a quick demo of what that looks like?
Yeah, definitely. So we recently added right within the sequences homepage, this new automate tab. And the goal with this is to be able to start automating your sequence enrollments. So you can just click in here to create an automation. You can use different triggers like a form submission or a page view on your website. Use form submission. You can do a specific form. And then you can use this to automatically enroll contacts in your sequence. And you can also unenroll if you'd like as well. So from here, you can choose the sequence. You can add in a short delay if you'd like. And then you can send based on a specific sender in your portal or use a contact owner. So it's sending dynamically based on whoever owns that contact.
Yeah, and I think it's going to save people time because they can just access this, right from the sequences interface and make those sort of enrollments without even leaving the tool itself, which is really cool.
Definitely. You can see all the automations that you have set up here, and then just really quickly, efficiently enroll contacts in your sequence.
Yeah. So I think one of the great things though about sequences is that it kind of gives the sales team a lot of creativity and also ownership over the outreach and prospecting campaigns that they're running. But we all know, as you were mentioning earlier, as orgs are getting more sophisticated and getting larger, permissions and governance and all things like that become really, really critical. So I think just a couple of months ago, we launched a new way to manage sequence permissions that'll help solve for this. Could you maybe walk us through then what that new library permission looks like for sequences?
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. So like you said, larger, more sophisticated customers have more users, more governance needs, more control needs. And so what we found is that customers really struggle at that point to keep a clean library. So we introduced, it lives under the sales tab here, under sales access. But there's a new sequences permission to manage the sequences library. And so what this allows users to do is view and edit every sequence in the library. So this is great for managers, admins, anybody who's going to be going in and like approving content, making sure that the library is clean and optimized for the team. And so they'd be able to see private and specific team sequences as well, and help maintain those.
Thank you so much for walking through both of those new features as well as A/B sequence testing as well. Super cool to see the different ways that it has evolved and changed even just since inbound last year. So I know we are only, gosh, like 3 or 4 weeks away from inbound this year. And your team, you're thinking about inbound, but you're also thinking about the rest of the year as well, and what that means for sequences as you continue to evolve the feature. Any final thoughts or direction, or maybe a teaser for the audience about where you all are looking to take sequences throughout the rest of 2024?
Yeah, we're really excited to keep evolving sequences and keep improving it. One area that we're particularly excited about is with multi-channel outreach. So we've seen that the customers that use manual task steps and multi-channel outreach are a lot more effective at driving meetings and replies through sequences. So we want to help reps be more efficient there, and better manage their time with that sort of outreach. So stay tuned for inbound, but we've got some exciting things lined up.
Well, Anna, that is so exciting. I know you and I will both be at inbound, so anyone who's watching, please come by the Sales Hub section, stop by, say hi, chat to us about sequences. But Anna, thanks so much for jumping on, for walking through the new features and also A/B testing as well. And I'm excited to see how sequences develop throughout the rest of the year.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, come find me at inbound.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.